What's up, YouTube? This is Crazy Crypto Joe coming at you, formerly known as Dr. Byteball. Byteball broke my heart. The lead developer, in my opinion, completely mismanaged the project, and in combination with the crypto bear market we've been seeing, Byteball ate shit. No nice way to put it. But anyway, let's talk about Bitcoin and some price projections. I was watching a lot of videos on this yesterday, and I noticed something similar between all the guys that do these videos. They have this sort of fast-talking Wolf of Wall Street sound of like, guys, we're going to get in here and crush this market. So let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay, first of all, we got to show you the resistance. And we're going to draw a line here, okay? We're going to draw a line just like that, okay? And then we're going to put a line like about here for reasons that I'll explain later. And throughout the video, I'm going to move it a little bit arbitrarily. But basically, the point is, you see, we're bouncing between these points, okay? We got this resistance coming down, okay? And the support seems to be at the same level and isn't increasing. And because of this, we're going to tell all of our followers that if they pay an exorbitant amount of money for our courses, that we are somehow going to see a miracle break to the upside, despite the vast majority of descending triangles in an equilibrium phase actually breaking to the downside. Now let's get to the logarithmic projections, which also go along with the breaking to the downside. I'm not going to go all crazy complicated, showing you RSI, Bollinger Bands, and enough rubber bands to confuse your mind 5 different ways. We got to keep this simple and blue collar. So let's take it to the log scale, because guys, that's the one that's important. It puts everything in visual perspective, and that helps a lot when you're doing this. Now, this is the Bitstamp chart, so we go all the way back to November of 2011, Bitcoin at $2.34. If you got in then, congratulations, you are set for life. But here we go. There are other guys in the crypto world who will do their projections, and they will get on here, and they will have the logarithmic chart, and they will take this line and this ray, they'll put it like this, and go, the ramp up trend, pressure, earns support. It's not that bad. It's not. It makes just enough sense to fool people. My question to you is this. Do we think this market has had enough time to bleed out all of the hope and all of the mania from $1,000 call it 1,000 all the way up to 20,000? Because that was ridiculous. This rise from March of 2017 at under $1,000, $975, whatever it was, and we shoot all the way up to 20 grand by December of 2017. This has got more to bleed out. Okay, when you study the emotional phases of these market cycles, where it's like accumulation phase, okay, smart money starts getting in during the ramp up. Then it gets like a little bit of mainstream interest, and speculators get involved, and then it like hits the mainstream, and the pure mania kicks in. And these are all cycles, and you have to understand that at some point people have to get heartbroken, they have to regain hope, and they have to have their heart broken again. It's like the economic market rule of double heartbreak, and you see it right here. You can see it in any correction, in any market. You're going to see this rule of the double heartbreak. Oh my God, it's over. Maybe it's come back. Nope. And then it has to take its time. And my point is that when you look at the trend, at the log scale, the linear scale, doesn't matter. But if you look at the trend from the top, there is no sign of any bullish momentum outside of that very, very long-term point of support that corresponds to the last ramp up. All right. And we can put one down here just to sort of mark the points of like support, the initial kind of like breakout to the higher high, and then making our little channel there. But we have points of support that correspond to the last breakout, and those often can be indicators of where the price might bounce off. Even if you're in a longer term bear trend, you'll find points of support. Like here, for example, obviously there's a big one there. And then somewhere in this neighborhood, it's hard to say where it could be. There could be one at the top and one at the bottom. let's put one here just for the sake of it. And we'll put another one, and I don't know about here. You know, we don't have to be too exact about this right now, but the point is that these are all points where the price sort of, I wouldn't say stabilized, but it stuck around there for a while and got its feet before moving upward. And those, in my mind, are going to act like basically a staircase down. So right now you got your staircase, but once the staircase breaks, you're going to see a pretty quick move toward the next staircase. Now, why I don't think it's going to go this far is I do think there is some sort of inherent bullish momentum in Bitcoin. And, oh boy, I'm going to be a good boyfriend and answer the phone. Hello? Hey, what's up? I'm in front of the computer doing a YouTube live video, so can I call you back in a minute? You're good, don't worry about it. So anyway, my point is that I think Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, just as a technology, as it emerges and as is developed, almost like outside of the influence of like the short-term speculators, the technology is continuing to be developed, and I think that technology has a deeper bullish momentum that's going to extend across the next decade. That's my belief, and that's why I think when Bitcoin approaches this price channel, it is going to help keep it from crashing all the way to the next staircase. So, for example, I like to use the bars pattern to just get a visual of the type of action I might be talking about here. Something like this, where maybe there's some wicks that come down, but the price doesn't bottom out. And you're seeing here a $5,000 projection in December. And I don't think that's unreasonable at all, given cryptocurrency and the current sentiment, the issues that we're having with Tether. I think a lot of people don't recognize that a recent little very fast bull momentum, especially on the Bitfinex exchange, that was because of the situation with Tether. That wasn't any sort of long-term bullish momentum. A lot of people have kind of misidentified that in the market. But in my view, I think this $6,000 support level that has been really reliable really since June is not going to hold up any longer, because each time it's under more pressure from the trend of the descending triangle. And so the way to think about this is, imagine it's like some type of like trampoline, for example, and you're falling down hard, you hit hard, but you have a lot of momentum back up. Okay, you fall down, but each time you hit the bottom, you don't have as much momentum. It's like you just, all of the bullish energy is out, and then once the bullish energy runs out, the bear momentum, boom. Okay, you see what I mean? You see this pattern of flies down, up quick, and then boom. Okay, it goes up pretty quick, and then one candle, boom. And so the point is that this downward pressure corresponding to this trend line is stronger right now, and that's why I'm saying Bitcoin will probably break to the downside. Now, looking further ahead into 2019, the question then becomes, where will Bitcoin find its bottom? Because if you believe in crypto as a technology, and you understand that Bitcoin is not going to be replaced by an altcoin very quickly, it's simply too dominant, then where would the bottom be? What would be reasonable? Are we looking at it having to fall through all of these staircases and getting down into the under $3,000 range? Very bearish market over the next year, probably to get down there. And if we do, we're going to need at least another year of accumulation, because you got to think of how many hearts are going to break and break again, and then it takes time for your heart to heal, baby. So you gotta have your time to like date some other people and buy some gold and play around in the stock market, and then eventually, when you're ready, you'll start dating crypto again. Okay. Like I just talked that out for you with the cursor, but I really think that's what needs to happen. But the question is, how bad is she gonna break your heart, and how long is it gonna take for you to get over it? Because you're still a romantic, you still believe in love, and you believe in the technology, but man, she did you wrong, and you need your time, and that's understandable. So you know what? I'm gonna give you your time. I'm gonna step out of the market. I'm gonna watch. And I know there's going to be some false alarms where you think you're getting back on your feet. And you might even have some wicks upward where you date that trashy looking girl from the bar, but it doesn't really work out. But the point is, you got to find your feet in the market and as a man before you can get that traction to build back up and become more than you were before. All right. Now, that's my words on crypto. Thanks for tuning in. I am signing out and forgetting how to turn it off. See y'all later.